Hey guys, so welcome to today's second video, and this second video is gonna be fantastic, because, okay, sad story. We've all been hit by the pandemic, and it's been really hard on all of us, my parents got infected, I didn't, which is good. I was really close to them though, and I still didn't get it. It's super strange, but yeah, we've all been hit by COVID. Except me, of course. Anyway, so another way we've been hit is the chip shortage, the GPU shortage, just everything is short. There's nothing of anything, and it's really hard to get anything. And if you do manage to get anything, it's going to be for twice the price it's originally for. And that's what we discovered with the graphics card pandemic. The graphics card pandemic is something of its own kind. It's devastating. So, the graphics cards, they got up in price, 100% in price. So, I bought a 3080 last November, all the way back in 2020, for a 3080. A 3080 ROG Strix, and it's a great card, you got the metal, you got the little colors, it looks great, it's one of the best cards. Except Asus said they were still making it, but my retailer hasn't gotten any shipments in a really long time. So that was really sad news. So I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna sell. I'm not gonna cancel, not yet. I'm gonna sit in that queue. I'm gonna wait. So here I am, waiting, and that queue is not moving an inch. The queue is only moving when people are leaving, and that's not a good sign. So, I caved last week, and I said, you know what, this is not going to happen. So, I canceled my order for the 3080. Once, I found something else. Now, I was browsing on the internet, right, for another 3080 that you could get today, except for more. So, the cheapest you could get from a retailer here in the Netherlands is 1,400 euros for a Zotac 3080. And that's alright, but Zotac is not the best in power limit, it's not the best in cooling, it's mainly known for small form factor cards, and this was by no means a small form factor. It was still a 3-fin stack, and it was pretty thick. So I was not expecting too much. It had a little bit of RGB, but yeah, it's a 3080, 1,400 euros. It's gone up in price by a lot. And like if I wanted the ROG Strix, it's gone up by 100%. It went from 800 to 1,600 euros, which is just too much. It's too much. So I was looking on the internet, and I'm looking for the 3080, and I see this Zotac one, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's gonna be like my main option, probably, but let's look around a little bit more. And I look at Marktplaats. Marktplaats is like the eBay of the Netherlands. It's a great website, and I haven't bought anything from anyone in over years. Because, you don't trust it. And with the scalpers and everything, it's even less to be trusted. But luckily, people in the Netherlands are generally nice. So, he had a 3080 Ti listed for 1,400 euros. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a great deal. That sounds like a fantastic deal. So, I contacted him and I said, I'm offering you 1,250. He said, thank you for your offer, but I'm going to wait a little bit longer. I said, why are you even doing it away? It's a 3080 Ti. Why are you doing it away? He says, because the 3080 Ti is a little bit too overkill for 1440p for the gaming that I'm doing. And the rest of the money that I do selling this, I'm going to use for a processor. So I was like, okay, that's a decent argument to be made. I mean, I don't even play on 4K, so I do play on 1440 though. I mean, I have the ability to. I haven't with my old graphics card, my GTX 970, but I was like, you know what, that seems alright. So I'm like, you know what, let's do this. Okay, sure. 1,400 bucks. I pay for the shipment, so like 1,416 in total. Guy ships it to me, and here it is. Oh, isn't that great? Now, no RGB. So no style points, but at least it's metal. Well, half metal. You'll see what I mean. So 3080 Ti, MSI, Ventus, 3X. Now, I don't like MSI. A lot of people don't like MSI because if you buy a laptop from them, it's flooded with bloatware. But hopefully this card is not going to have the same fate of me throwing it down the trash bin with the other MSI products. So MSI, I don't really like you. You don't really like me because you like my money. But it's okay because apparently this thing performs pretty all right. The most important thing though is construction quality, and that's, well, for this one it's metal. Half metal. Again, I'll show you what I mean. So 3080 Ti for $1,400, that's not bad considering the price hike. So this thing at MSRP is like 1,150 euros. So to think that I've only paid a little more than 300 over MSRP instead of, 100% increase. That's great. It sounds like a great deal. So the GPU itself, it's big. It's chunky. It's 2.3 kilos or so. But there it is. Oh, look at the beauty. Look at that beauty. Isn't that a beauty? I mean, look at that. So, it's got a metal backplate. That's good. The front cover is plastic. Not so good. But, it seems alright. In order to get the fans, thick heatsink, it's thick, it's a 3-slot card, it's bigger than my 970. And the cool thing is, because, these cards are heavy, but not every manufacturer puts this in the box. That's a support. So you can screw this underneath your graphics card, and you can just kind of support it, which is great. So I'm really excited to put this in. And yeah, I looked at the date of the original invoice and everything, and I was also skeptical. I was thinking, this guy is either gonna have one of two things. He's gonna be, well, three things. He's either doesn't know how much this shit is worth, and he's stupid, or he actually spoke the truth, or it's a scalper / crypto miner that has already used it for a long time and just forged an invoice. But everything seems to be legit. The invoice is only a couple days old. He just pre-ordered this card ages ago, and now he got it, and now he doesn't want it anymore. Strange people we live with. But there it is. An actual new 3080 Ti. It's more than I wanted, but I'm not complaining. So I'm curious to see how this is going to work with me video editing these videos and gaming on it. Because my benchmark is Escape from Tarkov, and Escape from Tarkov is a really tough game to run. So I'm curious to see how this is going to perform against it. Because my 970 has struggled to maintain 60 FPS in that game since I played it. This thing I think is going to do just fine. I might even play on my ultra-wide. I can actually play on my ultra-wide now that this thing exists. And I can actually use G-Sync on my monitor now too, because my lower monitor has G-Sync. I've never used it before because, well, you need at least a 10 series card to use it. G-Sync compatible, that is. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. So I'm going to go and install this. Might run some benchmarks, show you guys. And that'll be wrapping up the video.
I'm glad you're there. Are you? Trauma team was your right in this one. Choose space. Choose orbital air.
Thanks to military Centaur class exosuits, they can keep themselves safe.
New episodes
And all the
every
rest of us,
Wednesday.
even safe.
Only on
Once again, Militech has proven its vital role in the reconstruction of the world. After the break,
Good evening, Night City! Our guest with us tonight is Martin Coleman, an ordinary night citizen who send the word space to 7299 for a chance to
Night
win
City,
a one-week getaway
expect the
to
unexpected.
Crystal Palace. 10 casinos, 5 homes, some and brain dancing with the best and the best chefs in the universe. If you're looking for a taste of paradise, save space to 7299 now. The Crystal Palace. Feel alive in the dead of space.
You got a bad vibe.
comment on the matter. Meanwhile, in Europe, the Pedanian government is once again in the midst of a campaign to prevent illegal excavations and looting in the city of Venice. 4 looters and 7...
Ну что, неплохой день, господа. О, кепка ебаная! Ебашину кипарика! Вон он, блядь, ебашь его! Что? Сука!
Lay down your weapons and give up! What's the matter? You scared?
Блядь, тут нашего завалили! А вот он! Ебашь его!
Эй, ты куда пошел?
Ну чё, попадос вам тут всем? Залетные.
EMP's not ours. Get down, grenade! Bad guy over there. One on the... Oh!
The general situation is completely awesome, Colonel. Sir, Anna is sure to love it here. Over.
Our guys caught your friend, but I can see your two are not bandits. I'll help you out if you don't do anything stupid. Gotta run now. Just stay out of sight and you'll be fine. Catch you later.
Leave me here, man! There's lots of fucking wolves here! The fuckers tied me up so tight I can't feel my arms. I owe you a big one, and I'll never forget this, I swear! These forest fuckers just left me here for the wolves. That was one dumb fuck up. Time to go to the shore.
Avast! Stop right there! It's the brethren of the coaster! Take another step and we run a rig on you!
Aye! Another step and you die! Ha ha!
Yeah, so beat it, you scallywag! If you know what's good for your ground-loving ass! Even one of you drifters we caught today is too much!
Aye! Be a bulldoggy and get lost! Ha ha ha!
What we don't have, we can make ourselves. Help us out. Let's tackle problems as they arise. Survival comes first.
Alyosha, come in. We keep trying to contact you.
There, I wonder. 'Cause you never know.
I'd say that the card performs pretty darn well. Now, I haven't been very extensive with my testing compared to other YouTube channels, but that's because, well, if you want to look for pure FPS comparisons of actual benchmarks instead of gameplay sessions, there's plenty of videos online for that. However, I wanted to show the gameplay experience, what it felt like to me. And one of the games that I chose to do benchmark on was Escape from Tarkov. Now, and the reason is because it's one of the games I played the most these days. And the problem with that game is it is the most difficult game to run because it's horribly optimized. And as you see, as the raids go on longer and longer, the frames start dropping. So you go all the way from 120 all the way down to 60. Eventually, you'll hit the 40. So that's horrible, because my 970 had similar performance, except that it started at 60. So it started at 60, and then it would just dwindle down to 40, 30. Same case here, but now it goes from 120 and dwindles down to 40. So kind of sad that that happens. And an online game, it stays better for longer because there's not that many bodies on the map, but the more bodies there are on the map, it's directly linked to the frame rates, which is kind of bad. But yeah, so that's Tarkov. Metro Exodus plays really nice. It's the Non-Enhanced edition. The one that there is an Enhanced edition, which is exclusively for RTX. And I might give that a go in the future again, if I want to do that. But the original also supports ray tracing, and you can just increase the shader rates, and I increased it to 2 eventually, and it performs still pretty well. It's around 60 FPS at that point, 70, and plays really well, and it looks really good. Not gonna say it's gonna look way better than what it used to with my 970, because there's not that many changes. My 970 actually could handle quite a big portion of Metro Exodus with even. I mean, of course you don't have the ray tracing, but it doesn't look that different on this edition. I definitely recommend, if you got RTX, to go for the Enhanced edition of the game, because there's not that much visual difference, at least not that I can tell. Because my 970 made it look pretty convincing already. I mean, Exodus is really good optimized, so that too. I think I had a majority of the settings already set to high or ultra, and maybe some into medium, but most of the visual differences you won't be able to tell. Cyberpunk plays really good now. So Cyberpunk with the 970 on the lowest of low managed to get, well, at least with a couple settings turned up, because I mean there's some that don't affect anything, like anisotropic filtering, which you can put to 16 in any game except Tarkov and get no damage on your frame rate. But it plays really nicely now. So I got everything maxed out. You saw that. You got everything on Psycho Max, like everything decked out. And then on 1440p in this case. Now the 1440p, you do kind of have to have DLSS on. If you turn it off, it's going to be 20-ish FPS, which is not great. If you play it on a 1080p monitor, then you can, I'm sure you can turn it down. You can turn DLSS off and still have playable experience. It will be around 60 or so. Now, when you then turn on DLSS, you might be able to get even more performance out of it. So you can play it like any normal game, but you do lose some of that native resolution. Remember, DLSS is native upscaling, or sorry, it's AI upscaling. So you'll be producing a 720p image, and it will be upscaled to 1080, or it will be upscaled to 1440 or 4K, which, I mean, DLSS looks great compared to native, but just keep that in mind that you are losing some of the native pixels. But in a lot of the games, that will look plenty fine. But yeah, Cyberpunk really looks great now. With the ray tracing, lighting, and everything, it looks fantastic. And it's actually playable with it maxed out. Like, if you put the slider on Cyberpunk to Ultra, you'll not even get ray tracing at Psycho. You'll get it at Ultra. So I did go above and beyond on that and increased it even further. And yeah, it's still playable. It's still like that it's still playable. Now, I didn't go into any combat in any of those games because, I mean, I'm a little rusty and I haven't played with the combat in a 6 months. But even when it's intense on the screen, no problems. It's pretty steady through and through. And if not, of course, you can turn a couple things down here and there. But that's on 1080p. And then, of course, you can upscale it with DLSS to 4K, which I definitely not put ray tracing to Psycho. But you might give it a try. It might still work. I mean, it's going to render a 720p image and then upscale it to 4K. Don't know how great that's going to look, but your mileage may vary. Anyway, I'm really happy with the card, but one thing I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to reinstall entire Windows again. I've been getting a little hiccups here and there. My USB controller completely shutting down, disconnecting everything, reconnecting everything back up. Don't know what is happening or whatever, but expect a video coming soon on how I configure my PC from start to finish. That'll be a fun video to make, and time consuming as hell. So please give me a like on this video, and give me a like on that video when that goes live, because that's going to take a lot of time to even record. I don't even know how I'm going to do that, but we'll figure something out. But I definitely do want to reinstall my Windows and all that stuff, because I don't know, there's some things that have shifted around a little bit here and there. I mean, file structure is not a problem. It's just that I think the operating system is being a little weird these days. So I don't know, maybe I can get my hands on a Windows 11 and we'll install that. How about that? Anyway, that's been it. Not too much in terms of technicality. I didn't really go too much into that. All you need to know is plays great, looks great, and I mean, except for Tarkov, but that's really all you need to know. So thank you guys for watching. If you got any questions in the comments, I'll answer them. So if you got any questions, test this or test that, then sure, I'll do it, and I'll reply to you in the comments if I've tested it. So if you have any questions, do put them in there. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.